Hello, my dear Aquarius. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of January 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, at this time, we are going out of the Sagittarius season and into Capricorn season. So, happy birthday to all Capricorns out there. I read for the signs in order of most liked videos, and you can see the order that I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating and subscribing to my channel. I am super grateful for all of your appreciation. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I will use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, this is the package for this deck, Crystal Tarot. You can also see review with a flip through with all the cards in the description box. In the playlist My Decks that you can find in the description box. Okay, so when I open your deck here, I see the Magician together with 9 of Pentacles. So Aquarius, it seems like you are really making your life into a comfort zone, okay, to a very beautiful situation for yourself. It feels very uplifting. It feels like you're really doing things step by step to make yourself happy and to make your life prosperous. And you realize that you have more and more responsibility for your life. You can't be a little child anymore and kind of whine to God, for example. Why don't you give me this or that? You know that you need to give this to yourself with the 9 of Pentacles. So you're working on it, making your life prosperous day by day, more prosperous. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Moon card together with the 9 of Pentacles. So this was actually what I felt with the first 2 cards, that you're actually becoming more passionate. And to become more passionate, you actually need to have very deep connection with your emotions. And here comes the Moon card. So the Moon card might mean that you are dealing with maybe a Cancer or a Pisces, possibly Scorpio as well. It doesn't have to be like that. I'm thinking this is what's manifesting on Earth. We need kind of compost, fertilizer to make something grow. And this is your compost, this is your fertilizer. It's the deep subconscious, sometimes it's fear, it's old traumas, things like this. When we go through this and we kind of digest it, make it into fertilizer, we start to grow. And so it's like you have been in the shadowland and found your talents, you have found your old memories, traumas, karmas, different dramas that you have been through, and you have walked through each and every one of them. Not everyone just yet, but you are about to. And this is making you richer, okay? This is making you more wise, more rich in experience, more courageous, and more with more talents and more expression, more creativity. So it's very beautiful. But walking on the edge of the moon, sometimes people is being driven crazy by this. We can see we can become manic or have other type of situation where we are very, very creative to the point where we exhaust ourselves. But I don't see this happening with you because you are taking this into the 9 of Pentacles, doing something with it in a very grounded way. So it's very important for you to ground yourself at this time, to make yourself also do tangible things like taking a shower or bath, really taking care of your body, scrubbing, cleaning, moisturizing, things like this, and cooking your food, standing at the stove, cooking your food, both feet on the ground, or even taking care of a garden or going out in the forest and picking berries or whatever, things that's grounding you is going to make you keep your sanity through all this. And it's also making you present to live here and now. When we skip all these small things and just take a quick shower, eating frozen pizza in the oven, in the microwave oven, we don't ground ourselves, and we live almost a synthetic life. And that is when we can, you know, something with the cuckoo's nest is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I don't know where I was. So I say I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So this, I guess, is the cuckoo's nest. Okay, when you start to think a little bit too much, there's always this danger that you will start to victimize yourself and kind of sacrifice yourself on the altar of thinking bad things, thinking depressive things, making up sad stories for yourself. And therefore circling down in depression a little bit. We have the 18 moon, 1 + 8, 9, 9. So you have 2 9s here. This is a very masculine 9. It's about thinking out what kind of problem might lie ahead so you can deal with it before it happens. 9 of Pentacles is this more taking care of your body, eating, taking care of your own needs in a very slow moving fashion, almost like meditation kind of thing. And both are connected to the Hermit, the great meditator. With the 9 of Swords, it's very hard to sit still and actually do a meditation, because you will become anxious and a little bit uptight. 9 of Pentacles is kind of grounding you, so you will be able to meditate and feel calm and absorb the essence of the now, smell the roses. Okay, so 9 of Swords is good in some way. It's kind of the angel radio. Sometimes we have the same mantra going to our head again and again, driving us insane, but it is actually usually a red flag or some kind of information. We just need to take the information consciously. Okay, I hear that I'm very worried about my tax payment. Thank you, for example. And then you deal with it. You start to deal with the tax payment thingy instead of, you know, thinking about it, avoiding the issue, worrying. So you deal with it. It's how you listen to your intuition. The 9 of Pentacles is kind of when you have, you know, start to deal with the tax payment, done it, you take care of your body afterwards. Also, when you have thought about this hideous thing, it's not a hideous thing, I think it's good to pay tax, but any kind of hideous thing that makes you worrying, then you stay with your body and heal whatever is there. It's about awareness. Everything is about awareness. Instead of being haunted by naughty thoughts that's cracking your style or disrupting your style, you notice it with awareness and you deal with it and take care of it and let yourself land. Okay, rock solid to the ground. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aquarius viewers. So I want my dear Aquarius to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to to have creative success and to be walking on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so there's your reading. And I also want to say Merry Christmas for those of you that watch this in December and actually celebrate Christmas, and also happy holidays to everyone, and happy New Year's for those of you that have the new year here shortly. Okay, so it's different all over the world. So I'm just going to tune in now to you, my dear Aquarius, and your reading for a few seconds here. So, my dear Aquarius, see what's going on for you here. This is your future, and this is your now, and this is your past. So, in the past, we have a Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is very stable. It's like the foundation that we build for ourselves. Sometimes it becomes to our very limited comfort zone. Some people, they don't go out of their houses, or they don't go out of outside their comfort zone. They don't do new things. So whatever they had in their lives, it's the same thing that they always going to have, because they don't try new experiences. But the Four of Pentacles is also like your home is your castle, okay? Your home is your mountain where you can feel safe and also elevate yourself over the problems of the world, and also have walls against other people, so you can have boundaries and kind of keep yourself safe. So it's not all a bad card. It's about having some measures of control, and sometimes it can go a little bit too far south, and we can become overly rigid or overly controlling or scared of everything on the outside, or it can go too far on the other side, and maybe you don't have boundaries at all. You are not able to keep your castle. You're not able to stand your ground. So you need to think a little bit what has been your thing with this Four of Pentacles. Have you been too rigid? Maybe not letting people know how you feel or what you want, or have you been too loose and maybe let people step all over you, or have you been able to manage your castle and really live in it in a very healthy way? It can be different for different people, I'm feeling there. And this is your now, and now is Seven of Wands. So it seems like you're standing on your mountaintop and protecting yourself against whatever might come and hurt you. So it feels like you are in a very protective mood. Maybe it's because you need some kind of time out. Maybe everything on the outside is too much for you at this moment. Maybe you need to deal with yourself. You had a lot of, the 18 moon and the nines. So I'm guessing you are in a situation where you kind of need to nurture yourself and keep the world on an arm's length distance a little bit. So look at this pretty card. Even if it's not like a scenery, it's a lot of beautiful symbols. We have a tree here, so something is growing, and we have the snakes in the DNA spiral or medical spiral staff. And we have also a dog there. So it's something very loyal and beautiful, and like evolution that's about to happen. So someone might start to become like some kind of hero. It's like you're building a foundation for you to become a hero, like a really strong person that can be very good use and protection also to others. Maybe you are going to become like a great leader for people in your group, or maybe you stand up and fight for the weak, or something like this that might come out of this. Okay, what you are building here. And this is your future, and we have the little Knave of Chalices here. Knave of Chalices came in the same position for, I think it was Leo, and you notice this card jumped several times. And we have Knave of Pentacles and Knave of Chalices. That's the pages of Cups and Pentacles. Okay, so and it's very feminine, these two. I see it's kind of masculine people being shown on the pictures, but it's earth and water, so that's the feminine elements. So I'm thinking you are growing something beautiful here. Just because we are tough, we don't have to have a cold heart, okay? We can be tough warrior types, great protectors, great heroes, and still have a very beautiful emotional insight. So this is what I'm seeing. It's something underneath the surface that's very beautiful and coming more and more into light. So it might be that you have hardened yourself in the past, but this is not going to be the matter at hand in the future. We have the devil here also, and the tower, and the emperor. So I'm thinking it's some old thing that you have put in your shadow that's now coming forward. And this might also be with the person that you're dealing with. Maybe you are dealing with the divine masculine in a female person or in a male person, like a person being very stubborn, taking a lot of decision, not changing their mind, having high boundaries, stepping all over yours. And here with the tower and the devil, some kind of epiphany might have happened where the person were able to face their shadow. And it seems like the shadow is something very sweet and wonderful. Sometimes we believe we need to be very, very tough to be a good person, to be able to take responsibility, or to not fall down underneath the weight of our own emotions. But here it seems like there's a more complete picture. A person can be a hero and, you know, a strong person and a person taking responsibility and still having access to their emotions, still being vulnerable inside. So this makes us human. If we call this ice, we become non-human, robotic, and this is not that at all. It's very it's like becoming a great humanitarian. And before, maybe we were scared of this. Maybe we tried to prevent ourselves from show vulnerability because we feared it. It was the shadow. I can't cry. I can't show weakness. I can't show I care. I can't put any more drama into this. I need to be very stoic and act like everything is fine because everyone is relying on me. For example, if a family has gone through a big disaster, there will be a lot of people crying and one or two that won't cry at all because they feel they need to take care of everyone else. And this is what I'm seeing. Someone that in the past took care of everyone else, but came out maybe a little bit as a hard ass or something, but they weren't. And here they are opening their heart. So it's very beautiful. Okay, so that was the laying of the land in the bottom of the deck. And this is your past, my dear Aquarius. And here we have Temperance. It's Sagittarius energy. It's about being a scientist, putting two opposite energies together, making them cook and stew together, conflicts, wars, a lot of on and off again relationships, people not agreeing at all, meeting your worst enemy and falling in love, kind of like that. We have a saying in Sweden that it starts with an argument and ends kind of with a wedding. So it's a joke that children says. So it's about when there's an argument on the schoolyard, people around is saying, well, it starts with an argument and ends with a wedding. So it's to maybe take the edge of the conflict a little bit, or tease people because they are going to marry the person that they are most angry at the moment. So, but that's actually a little bit true because we are meeting our opposite that we can't really agree with. And we are learning from them. So our worst enemies, or the people that annoys us the most, is usually the people that also gives most fuel to our spiritual growth. And this is fueled spiritual growth with the Temperance card. It's also the second card for love. When you have met each other, you fall in love with the Lover's card, and then with the Temperance card, you start to see the other person's flaws, and it kind of makes you love them even more. It makes them even more attractive, but you kind of hate yourself a little bit for loving the person still. You feel like you want to open your eyes, but this is the spiritual sadhana where we meet a person that's not really up our alley, and we learn a lot from them. We learn to see another point of view, see things from another worldly, how can I say, experience. Someone has gone another road than you through the eons and come to a different point. So they have a lot of wisdom that you can get through them, but then you need to kind of deal with these people. So it's like this. If you have, imagine the person that you have the most problem with right now, and then realize that if you were born in the same body as them, with the same kind of past experience, with the same kind of upbringing, you probably would end up the same. So we can't really blame a person for what they are before we have walked some miles in their shoes, like the Native Indians might have said. Okay, Native Americans is the correct, I think. So here we have also the Strength card. So this is looking like the Soul is coming here. Both the Alchemist and the Strength card. This is someone really walking in their soul shoes, actually. It's a very great presence, great energy. It's almost like it's vibrating, this card. It's making me all exhilarated. So what's going on here is a very strong spiritual energy, and I'm thinking you are holding it. Okay. So there's more to you than what meets the eye. When we look at you, you might seem like an ordinary human, but when I feel this card, it's immense strength and beauty and love, and I think we can really trust you here to do your job. Maybe sometimes your job is to be the enemy towards someone else that can't freakishly understand you because, okay, but you're still teaching them something. So we'll see where it goes. It's Sagittarius and Leo, so it's very fiery and very passionate, and it's what I said earlier, that I feel that maybe you're starting to become more passionate, and therefore you also have now access to your feelings through the Moon card. So I'm thinking when you went through the Moon, maybe before you were a little bit more cold, a little bit more static, and then you went through the Moon, maybe some kind of depression or minor breakdown, and actually you found your soul there. So that's kind of amazing. And here we have the Hangman. So it's not always easy to have a soul. We lost it on the way. We lost parts of it on the way. Because it was traumatized. So when we get back our soul, sometimes it's still traumatized, and it's still, we get the benefits with the problems. So we get back our soul and our soul's juice, but it seems like your soul is in a little bit of a bad place. Okay, it's not bad per se, but it needs your attention. Or it needed in the past. This is a past situation, but for you watching early in December, this might be going on now. So with the Hangman, it's going to a spiritual quest. So I'm thinking some of you, instead of going through this in the past, going through the initiation, maybe you weren't able to go through the initiation. Maybe something stopped you, or you didn't have the wisdom enough, or you didn't have the courage enough. Maybe you were too scared of your own emotions. Something was happening, so you weren't able to go through the initiation. Instead, you had to cut the line to your soul. Okay, so you ditched your soul somewhere, and now you have recollected it, and you need to go through the initiation that your soul or parts of your soul wasn't ready to do in those past lifetimes or other dimension even. So this is kind of hardcore. It's not for everyday people. It's a pure initiation. We are back to the Egyptian times where we are locked into coffins for years on end without food and water. So these kind of situations. But I think it will be less brutal because the energy is much more lighter, and it's like we are going on a highway, expressway to illumination. So you actually just need to go with the flow and let go of the resistance. If you find an unpleasantary or a fear somewhere, go straight ahead towards it and deal with it instead of avoiding it. And this will be your soul's ticket out of this. Okay, so Hangman, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Oh wow, this is hefty. This is strong energy. The Ace of Wands is actually the strongest card for energy in the whole deck, despite the Sun. And we see here Ace of Wands. I was talking about passion. You're very illuminated. Maybe before you were able to control your life, you could live in your square. You could have control over your passions and instincts and not do things that you didn't want to do. But here it comes something else. This is something you can't really control. It's soul juice, so it's not for you as a human being to control your soul. Your soul is controlling you. It's like the people below deck here trying to decide where the captain is going to steer the ship. And they're trying to say, well, this is not the right way. We need to keep the captain. We need to tie him to the wheel and decide the route he's going to take. But the captain sees, and he might have, someone up in the mast also being a lookout. Okay, the intuition being a lookout. So the captain knows more than you. Your soul knows more than you. So even if it wants you to do things that seems irradical or stupid or even dangerous, remember that you live below deck. You can't see what your soul sees. So you actually need to go with your instinct here and with your intuition. And, it's already calculated. What you can calculate with your little brain telling you that this is safe. This is how we need to do things. It's so limited, human beings only using like 10 or 20% of their brain. Your soul uses everything, okay? It calculates everything with use of the subconscious, which is kind of the moon and the devil kind of realms, dark realms, where things are being like calculated and then spits out an answer, and the answer is instinct. You follow an instinct. I can see this with my children during their when they were during their growing up and doing mathematics in the school. So teachers wants the pupil to kind of write the whole, like how they thought out the answer, like 1 + 1 = 2. My children weren't really able to do that. They just said, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. It's 2. So how do you get to that number? I don't know. It's 2. It's 2. But you can't get, the correct, you can't get good degrees on a test where you just write answers, but you don't tell people how you get to that answer. But this is how the soul works. It just calculates things, and it doesn't know, it doesn't tell you how it does it. It's just like a big master computer just calculating things for you. And this is how it works with you too. So you can't really have control over this process. I understand the teachers needing to see that pupils doesn't, cheat. And it's, we have really worked with making the children being able to do the normal mathematics, but they thought it was unnecessary because the answer just came. So why should I do all this boring shit here? So it's this hazard with the new kind of children that comes. They are a little bit more evolved, and we want to have control over them. We want to see that they understand the things that we see. But the soul understand more. Okay, we can't own our children. We can't follow our children. They are the gifts of tomorrow. They will own our tomorrow, our future, and we won't even be there. So things will be different for them. And here we have a Three of Cups, and it's very beautiful because this is the Holy Trinity. So I'm thinking there's happening some kind of cooking inside of you where you become whole. You have been healed, Aquarius, in a very, very beautiful way. Your soul came home to you, and you kind of, went through the initiation here, and you calibrated your soul, be able to give you the answers, and now everything inside of you work like a clockwork splendidly. You have your child, and it's like the intuition, the person sitting up here watching out, getting the it's like the antenna getting the ignitions from God or spirit, or just from the subconscious, just picking up things. And then we have the female, the divine feminine, kind of interpreting what the child is saying, interpreting the intuition. Okay, it means this. It means we need to steer left because in other case we will hit an iceberg. Okay, and then we have the divine masculine being kind of the cocoon holding it all. So that's where this square comes in. This is when the square is needed. But everything inside, like the form and shape is needed, but everything inside, it comes out like in a magical way, which we can't really have control over. We can just, okay, this happens, this is what it is. I have this intuition and it seems to be right, so I'm following it. And I'm standing my ground. I'm protecting my ideas. I'm deciding that if this is how I feel, this must be the right way to go. I can't explain it. I can't scientifically explain to you how I came to this conclusion. I just feel it. So this is the divine masculine that just needs to stand up for this, what we feel inside of us. And just like this is what we follow now, and being stubborn and grounded. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is needed, like people rowing the boat or protecting the ship or everything like this. But all the magic that happens, it's not something we can control or, you know, decipher. Not right now anyway. Maybe it will come with more evolution, because this is, sometimes it comes totally new things here. For you, I think you have calibrated your soul's ignition, like your instincts and your emotional feedback. So this was what happened. You learned to you got back your instincts. This was separated, like when we were cast out of paradise. Before we could talk to the animals and to everything in nature, and then we couldn't, and now you can again, because you have your instincts back. And also emotions, it's like a new language. Now we can't just talk or write, we can also feel. Okay, and if you can start to put words on the feelings, you will have a new language. Which you can, it's like Eskimo and 100 names for snow, and here you will have like thousands and thousands of names for different feelings in the future. I actually watched something like a clip on a YouTube Oprah show where they have started to decipher what baby says. So we can, it was 5 different words for different things that babies needed. And someone had deciphered this. And this is kind of the hangman situation where we get a new download. We understand something that we didn't understand before. Child cry is a language. 5 different words, we can say, that everyone universally is born with. So this is how evolution works. In one position in our evolutionary, it has gone up and down, of course, but we couldn't speak. Okay, and then we could speak, and then we couldn't write, and then we could write, and we couldn't really understand or explain our feelings, and then we can. We have words for them, and we trust them, like divine messengers. Okay, messages. And here we have the Three of Pentacles. I think someone else had the Three of Pentacles in the same position, and in this case, I think it's very fertile and very dynamic. It's almost like someone has buried a bomb underneath the earth, but it's a bomb of growing. Okay, some explosive growing might happen to you, Aquarius. Something that people couldn't understand, that this evolution could happen so fast. So they might have known you a year back and they think, oh, you are this person. And then they meet you 2019 and they see you are not the same. Explosive, you have grown. And again, it's the Holy Trinity, Three of Pentacles. It's connected to the Empress, so the divine feminine, this random, like how we get to understand things without really knowing how we knew them. We just plugged ourselves into the divine and into our soul and into our subconscious, and answer just comes. Epiphanies, like eureka moments. And here it's very fertile. It's very, I'm thinking you're working together with some soul group, or maybe one soul mate, which you're working on this spiritual sadhana together with. So you're kind of working hand by hand, but they might be still your enemy at an earthly level, but they are just here to trigger your growth. You put them here to awaken you. Sometimes with a carrot, maybe some people use the carrots or a candy trail, and other people use the whip or chasing you towards where you are supposed to be. But we are all helping each other. So it's not that you really have enemies. It's just about growth. And here we have a Two of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. We can also see in the Strength card here that the Three of Pentacles is there. And we have the Two of Pentacles above her head with this eternity symbol that we often see also with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is change. And we have a symbol for femininity here in this card, and it's the sun also, and the two kind of eagles or hawks. So I'm thinking there's some kind of Horus awakening. I'm thinking your inner child will become wiser than you, and this is what's happening. You're downloading these kind of indigo crystal children through yourself. So if you were born in the 17 or the 80s or earlier than that, you might have been born like with this new upgrade, or you weren't. Okay, people born after 1980, 90, something like that, they are often comes with the upgrade. But here it seems like the upgrade is happening within a person that didn't have the upgrade, or the upgrade is updated and up. Like it's like putting new things on an old car and making it like brand new. So I'm thinking you really become like these children, or your inner child is going to show you the way to a very pleasant tomorrow. Okay. Yes, and here we have the Two of Cups, and it comes underneath the Hangman. So you might have been in separation from a soulmate or a soul group. You might have felt very lonely and isolated, but that kind of triggered your spiritual growth with the Moon card and then the Nines, the Hermit kind of situation. And now it seems like you're very ready for a union. And we have 3, 2, 2. So 2, 2, it's you're probably mirroring someone. You might not be in collaboration with them directly, but on a 5D level, you are racing side by side towards the finish line, and the finish line might be union of some sort. So I'm feeling an outside presence here. I can't really see whom that might be. It might be a Leo or a Sagittarius, of course. We have kind of Uranus energy going on, and the divine feminine is working here to Cancer and Virgo. I'm thinking this is so, but the 2, 2 here, it's like, yeah, I feel this very clearly that there's two separate energies going to emerge, but I can't see the other energy if it's not a fire sign. Okay. And here we have the other energy, and it's most likely the fire sign. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. This is Aries. You also have Sagittarius and Leo up there with the major arcana cards. But it's about passion. And you have the Ace of Wands here and the Queen of Wands. And I'm thinking this is the kind of random femininity that hasn't been ruling the world for a very long time. We just, made acquaintance with it or met it at occasion, like the oracles of Delphi, like a funny thing, going and see how much crop can I expect. Should I invest all my seeds, or should I wait to another better year? These kind of things, but we didn't really, use it fully. We wanted to be in control. We didn't want to be superstitious, and we didn't want to be irradical or random. So we took it as a virtue to always be able to explain how we came to a conclusion. And here I think this is off the table. This is just, it's very spiritual. So it's like someone is following their soul wherever they go, and now you do too. And it feels like it's two people, but they are on the same level. I can't explain it better than that. Okay, so you might have got to this point very differently, but you're starting to come to the same point. So I've told this before, that humanity was split. It was like a heart being a little bit broken, and people are going their separate ways, doing separate, you know, expeditions, learning by experience and getting a lot of wisdom. But then they come back, the tip of the heart, in union again. And I'm thinking this is what's happening here. And to begin with, your union with your soul. And when you have done that, you will union with someone on the outside as well, that you have been working together with simultaneously, but maybe not in a very magnetic constellation. The hangman is, it's number 12, so 1 + 2 is 3. It's about connection and union, but this is the part where the hero needs to go through some kind of challenge, like going through in the underworld, meeting the dogs of Kerberos and traveling over the river Styx to find their most loved one. So this is the time before the union, fighting very hard to get to the union, but being very challenged and maybe even be stolen of the hope of this ever happening. So it's a great sacrifice being done here, but it's in every movie, in every situation. We kind of have a challenge, we overcome it, and then there's some kind of relief or some kind of reward. You might have been feeling that there was no end to these problems and no reliefs, but it's coming here. It's just that there was a big lesson that was needed to learn, so you couldn't just, you know, snap your fingers and be over with it and get the reward. This was a little bit a more extended journey. And here we have the beautiful star card, and it comes underneath the 3 of Cups, just saying once more that you have a soulmate or a soul group which is working very hard on this together with you, but separatedly from you, and you will come back into union. So it's just a repetition, and it's just showing that the divine is walking with you every step of the way here, and through your challenges. We have 7 planets here. 7 is a magical number, but it's a spiritual number of challenges, going through spiritual challenges to grow your soul. Okay. So, soulmate coming in here, and it's not like someone that you can disrespect or, you know, walk all over or try to control. Or if someone is trying to do you this, so trying to control you, it's not going to work. Okay, this person is like Lilith, Adam's first wife. They are not going to listen to like reason. Someone saying, well, this is how it is. Well, it's not how it feels for me, like for me. So this person is not going to be easily persuaded into something. They are just their own character. You can't really get them to see things your way. You can explain your way and they will have an understanding, but you can't persuade them with, you know, winning over them or ruling them. And with the 7 wands here, I'm feeling with the divine masculine, wherever it is in this reading, if you are holding that energy or someone else is holding that energy, they kind of wants to be the hero and also be the one with the answers, the one that knows, so they can take you safely over. They don't want you to have the answer because it makes them feel obsolete, like they are not needed. So I'm thinking we kind of need to explain to people why we need them. So they don't have to be like circus lions trying to show you how great they are, or being like a gorilla pounding their chest and showing masculinity. You can actually tell them that, no, I don't need you to be all knowing and all protecting. I just need you to love me for the person I am, for example, or whatever is your deal. Because here it's someone that feels like, well, I'm out of a job. What am I supposed to do here if I'm not supposed to be all knowing, all protecting, seeing danger before it comes, being a head taller than you. What am I supposed to do? Okay, what's my use? And the divine masculine, the use of the divine masculine is so grand, it can't be really explained at this moment because it hasn't really crystallized. It has been in one extreme where it has been a little bit like a big ball in a china shop, and now it's going to be something else, and we haven't really seen that just yet. Divine feminine has kind of done a lot of revolution throughout the last centuries, but the divine masculine is just sitting in the boat and wondering, okay, what's my role in this? I don't really know. And they need to figure it out. The divine feminine can't tell them. They need to find their own place. I just feel them being like the shelter. Again, here, it's not that like they're background or, slaves in the boat. It's something much more interesting. For example, see it like this. The angels were watching over the earth, but and we have the Bible and everything, but human beings on earth actually exceeded the Bible when it comes to moral codes. We don't take an eye for an eye anymore if we're not very vengeance and, stuck in some old energy. So it seems like humanity actually evolved past the divine. So maybe the people steering the ship underneath the deck actually have also some answers. I'm just in this situation. You need to learn to listen to your intuition, and I'm not saying that the bottom doesn't have the answer. They do have the answer. We can see this, how we have evolved as a group, probably due to battling things out with each other. We came to new things. So we evolved past kind of the angels, and the angels started to then needing to incarnate on earth to learn the thing the humanity had learned. So it kind of goes both ways, but in this case we need to trust our angel side a little bit more, like not only our angel side but also our body, because sometimes when we try to just be the angel, we forget we have a body and then we are disconnected again. And if we can both be follow our soul but also listen to our intuition that's played in the body, like our body was instrument with strings, we will be complete. Okay, so this is your future, and we have justice here coming underneath the temperance and three of pentacles. So it seems like there will be peace on earth. Okay, the people that you have been having a falling out with, you will suddenly start to see eye to eye, and people will come and say to you, I'm sorry for what happened in the past, and you will say to them, well, I'm sorry too. I see now how I did you, and I will change my ways because I'm not that person anymore. So it's not that people need to battle towards themselves. They actually become themselves, and because they become themselves, they are now totally changed, and the old problem is kind of gone. So people have really matured. They are not just saying to you, I am matured. They have matured. Maybe it will take some practice before they can actually show the real action, like showing you that they are different, and the same old is not going to repeat itself. It's brand new here. People have really grown, become adults, loving themselves better, and therefore not having the same problem of feeling inadequate and needing to lash out on their surrounding or saying you are to blame, because they don't want to have all the blame themselves. When there's no blame to be served around, people can be calm, they can be cool, they can be gracious, they can be loving, they can be grand, they can be the bigger person. So it seems very beautiful. And then we have the Hermit here, and the Hermit comes underneath the Strength, Two of Pentacles, and then we have this Virgo. This is Libra, this is Virgo. We go through September into October. In the end of September we go into Libra. So these two are kind of siblings a little bit, we can say. And it seems like two different energies here, that the Libra energy in this, if you have Libra in your chart or someone else has Libra in their chart, or just this energy that came during the Libra season, it seems to be very cooperative and have been able to work through things and be able to apologize. But the other energy here, which is Leo, this is Sagittarius, this is Leo, Virgo, So we have Leo, Virgo, Libra. This is how it goes through. We just missed Scorpio and then we would be back to Sagittarius. Okay, so this energy with the Leo and Virgo is a little bit more stubborn. Maybe this person needs to be persuaded that things has actually changed. I don't think they believe this, really. They are a little bit feeling like they're a little bit suspicious here. So someone is not going to believe that you have changed, or you are not going to believe that the person has changed. They kind of need to prove it. In other case, this person rather walks alone. Okay, they don't want this union if it's going to be the same crap that it were before. So someone is not as enthusiastic, but I think the union will happen sooner or later anyway. Just this person needs to be persuaded. They're still in the Two of Pentacles, like, well, maybe they have carried a big load of the relationship earlier and they don't want to continue doing this. If it's going to be unjust, they don't want it. We have 11 to 12 here. So I think this person might have had a hard time maybe taking care of both their own emotions and other people's emotions. Someone that you used as a stepping stool, not you, but someone that we kind of take for granted, like our mothers, or some friends we have, or someone that's always has been nice, and then we just didn't know where their boundaries were, or they kind of just acted nice in all the situation, and now they're not so nice anymore. They just feel like, no, I'm not going to give more to any bullshit situation, forget about it, so I don't trust your apology here. Okay, always have to be some kind of problem. But here we have the World card, and it's very beautiful because we went through this separation, which we need to in the legends and in the movies, how the people that's in love needs to fight to be able to be together. And here they succeeded with this fight, and here it's union. It's 21, it's the World. We have 12, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay, so very beautiful. And the 2, 1, 1, 2 is 3. So we have 3, 2, 3 here. And so it shows like a spiritual doorway where it's possibility of beautiful union with the number 3, becoming whole both inside of yourself and in your relationships. So it's a final union, but I think someone needs to be persuaded to get back into this union, because they have become maybe almost like this. 4 of Pentacles. Well, I don't trust anyone outside my house anymore. I just live cozily inside of here. And it's usually like this. If we say, if Aquarius needed to learn about passion and love, the other person has learned about having control, being logic, looking at situation from above, not following your emotions, but only listen to your head. So you need to decide in which group you belong. Were you the one needed to learn more about logic and reason and, you know, have boundaries, or were you the one that needed to learn about passion and love? Because in that's the case, the person that held the passion and love before has become like you were before. So now they need to be persuaded into love, because they have become a little bit cold, but just to because they have become more, they don't let anyone step all over them anymore. Okay, so next card here is the King of Cups. So here we have also the Scorpio energy that was kind of missing in this equation here. And this is interesting. Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, and King of Chalices. So I'm thinking, if you want someone that has kind of stopped loving you because you were cruel towards them, to love you again, you need to put on like a real game of persuasion. Okay, and the same, if someone did you wrong, it will take some time before you will believe in them again. They need to really show business, like love, love, love. That's the song. Everyone can see that there is love, something, love all over me. I'll write this down. Love all over the world or something like that. So this is what this person needs to do. If and that's the cue for you. If you are the person that has given everything in a relationship and you got nothing back, this time, if they want you back, they need to fight for it. Or so it can be a family situation where you maybe never felt like you really belonged, and then you just changed and you didn't care anymore, and now your family wants you back. And because it's all these people in the different sun signs is showing up here. I can't see Capricorn and not Pisces that's surrounding you, but we are working through Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius right now in this reading here. We have Aries as well, but it's not in the same neighborhood. So there's need to, like all the love that one person showed and all the sacrifice that they did, it needs to come back like a boomerang in return. That's the only way forward. That's the only way to union. In other case, union won't happen. So if you were the one that was taken for granted, don't let this be an easy match for them to just come and say that they're sorry and just, fall into their arms again, because that might in some way trigger a repetition or just a breakup again, or like people leaving each other again. So they really need to show you that you mean the world to them. So that's okay. So it's a little bit tricky here because I'm feeling so many different things, but that's the most crystallized thing I can feel, that there's a person that is so full of self-respect. It's not bitterness. It's like you can't just get to this person without having the right kind of key. And the right key is to be very, very loving. Show unconditional love and show dedication, loyalty, and show how important this person is. In other case, there will be a no-go because this person is fine on their own. Okay. And then we have a King of Swords. So King of Swords is you, Aquarius. And we have the King of Chalices here. And we have you, Aquarius, also here. And yes, and this. So this is another story about the two kings. In this case, it can be another story, okay? Because here, the Aquarius energy was the very high, uplifted energy that wasn't filled with drama, jealousy, possession, taking control, wanting to know every step what your children did, or what your lover did, or what your, whatever did, friends did. So this was a person that was kind of living and let living. They were rather fine on their own in this case, and they didn't need so much other people because they were so much in beautiful connection with the divine. So they were a little bit cold, and their lack of jealousy, their lack of passion might have been taken as the person didn't care. Okay, this person, however, cared a lot, and they showed it with every bit of their being. If you threw an eye of another person, just looking at their new jacket, they said, okay, so you want to do that guy, okay? So this person is a little bit more controlling love-wise, more dramatic, causing drama just to show that they care. But these two energies, in some way, I'm thinking this is going to be switched roles, or people are going to be more balanced. So this person that was so super cool will hopefully learn also to show that they care. Yes, of course, I'm getting jealous. I don't want you to be with anyone else. Okay, so you really feel it. You don't make a drama out of it. You make love out of it. And this person will probably skip the drama, hopefully, and become a little bit more stoic, a little bit more like unconditional, real loving on a high level. I trust you. I love you. So I trust you to do whatever is best for our relationship until you prove me otherwise. So this is the glue that's going to keep these people together in the future. I don't see them being able to do this just yet. So that might be the piece that's still missing, that this person needs to be able to show that they care for real, not just being stoic, unconditional, highly spiritual love, and just do whatever you want. You're free. Because for this person, it will feel like that is not love. You don't love me. If you loved me, you would care. But this person feels also that this person is like almost demon from hell with all their dramas and feelings and getting upset for things. So this person needs to cool down and show that they can be adult about things, and that they can trust, and that they can, give that other person in the equation some line. Like if you're fishing, you cast out the line of fishing and you troll it in. And when you troll it in, this is like the jealousy and the drama and the passionate love. But sometimes you just need to give the fish more of the rope, okay? So this person needs to learn that. This person is already know that, but they don't know about how to show that they care and not be so darn lofty or airy or like whatever happens is fine. Do whatever you want. Okay, so I'm thinking there will come through some kind of loving message here. But one person will not be so eager to take this. And maybe it's the person that was very passionate before. Air probably needs to show they care. Okay, so be like this, sweet and tender and loving, and show vulnerability. It's not going to lead to destructive, dangerous drama. It's going to lead to beautiful love making. Okay, 2 kings here, very beautiful. So kings means you have kind of come to the end of the journey, and you have been able to do so with flying colors. Okay, but there's some little thing that needs to be still done, and this is showing each other that one, that they care, the other one, that they can be collected and calm and not cause drama. Notes from the universe on love and connection. Sometimes the good is hidden, and I'm thinking it's this Aquarius situation where a person really, really cares about you, or you really care about them, but maybe it doesn't show so much. It's very like a parent letting their children going out in the world, doing their own mistakes and still loving them forever. So it's not particularly romantic. It's more like a godlike love. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. Sherlocky yours, the universe. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. So for me, it kind of in this situation says that someone loves you more than that they want to show. And they have their reason to not show it, because they are trying to be grand. They are trying to let you live the life that you need to live and be free. And they don't want to get in your way, kind of. Or some people might not be that elevated and actually not showing the love because they don't dare to be vulnerable. So they have been hiding this before, but the way that they hide it is crumbling down. So they might not be able to keep up the charade. But the divine is saying, well, they loved you all along. They just had a hard time showing it. And don't be misled. And so this is also important. And I'm thinking especially for this very stoic person here that doesn't want to trust too much. And it's like the divine is saying, yeah, don't trust. Make the person show that they have changed, okay? When fear speaks, it's always wrong, unless being chased by wildebeests. And when love speaks, it's always right, and usually bouncy. Game on, the universe. Don't be misled. I'm feeling like don't trust this person, but don't be fearful either. Be like this true Aquarius energy, and just let this person show that they love you without having the fear that they want. If they want, well, this energy is very, very strong. It won't be, shattered to pieces if this person doesn't come through and show the love, okay? It will be like, okay, I knew, so fine, I'm going back to my wonderful life. And you need to fight for the next chance. So it's about finding this platform of balance inside of you. So don't trust whatever a person comes and says, but don't fear that they won't say the thing you want or need either. It's fine, either or. If they are not able to show you love by action, they might just need more education. So you need to be more patient and give them more time, maybe to the next lifetime, while you focus on your wonderful life. Okay. So Oracle, of the Angels. Card for my dear Aquarius. So we have power and health. So it's very beautiful. And power is coming from your soul, and health is coming from you, union with your soul. Putting back your lost soul parts together, healing them from trauma. And so you're really on the right track here, Aquarius. You can't really go wrong. So 8 power. We have also the 8 strength there. And now also power. So this is the thing that makes you don't have to fear, because you're so powerful right now. And you will be forever, I think, if you just keep your balance. Don't let things get to you. So, as challenging as life may seem to you right now, trust that you have the power and strength to get through the present obstacles and reach a new chapter of greater peace and harmony that awaits you just around the corner. Try to keep a positive outlook and not be disheartened by recent events. You are about to tap into an enormous reservoir of power within you that will help you navigate these tough times and come out stronger and wiser. Observe, navigate. So you are the captain of this ship. I am a master of my life and perfectly at one with the universe. My thoughts are pure, loving, and positive. I believe in myself, and I know that with God I can do anything. I now draw upon this new power within me, and I go through this growing phase with ease. Beautiful. And health, it's the next, it's 9. So 8, 9. And it just shows that this person that I feel might have been a doormat before, they are not anymore. This is what has come out of them, like this great soul presence. So you thought you could kill me or do me in, but actually I'm stronger than ever before. So that's what I'm getting. Now is an opportune time to focus on your health. You have been living life at a hectic pace for some time, and it would be wise to take a break and allow yourself to relax and rejuvenate. Give thanks for the health of your body and mind, and remember to make your health a high priority in the coming months. So if you feel like life is slowing down and work is slowing down, take this not as a sign that you will be deprived of your livelihood, but actually that you need to take some time off. Downsize your output in your economy if you need to, but rather take more time off than to not deal with this, because your soul has been through hell and back literally, so you can't put it to hard slave work immediately. Each and every one of my cells is constantly regenerating and radiating light. I attune to the divine love within me and let it flow through every cell of my body. I breathe in life, and the energy flows freely within me. I am eternal youth, eternal health, eternal light. So I will also read the center card here, 2 of Cups, for you. There. And this is what is the mantra for you, we can say. The affirmation. It's very short. Passion. Letting oneself go into the moment. So being here and now. Trusting whatever is what it is you are feeling right now. Going with that. and not trying to figure out what's going to be the next step, but actually just being here and now, letting oneself go into the moment, passion. Okay, so my dear Aquarius, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care, and I also want to again, happy holidays, happy new year. Also, welcome back to my February reading that I will perform in the mid-month of January. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful time for you ahead, Aquarius. So good luck with that, and just keep on sailing towards the beautiful future of yours. Bye bye.